Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we're talking about a video that just got released with the Bodycam footage of the story from the Fantastic Adventures channel that has gone viral for multiple reasons. It's another channel like Daddy-O-5, like 8 Passengers, which got exposed for all the abuse and the neglect that children were going through, and it was all looking ticky-boo on the internet, right? All coming across like it's all great until it wasn't all great. And so this release just got released and it's already at like 500,000 views and it's going big. We have to talk about this because these are child exploiters and this is eventually what might happen to some of them. So let's talk about it. So Fantastic Adventures is a channel that was on YouTube for a little while. I think it got banned back in 2020 or something like that. Basically I've got some notes here. Heather and James began posting videos of their family activities, particularly focusing on their children under the channel Fantastic Adventures. There was some initial currents. So that's 2015 they started the channel, and in 2018 things started going crazy. And their first controversy, the family was criticized for an April Fool's prank where they pretended to abandon one of their children at a Walmart. Now, there's so many family vloggers out there that at one point went through a series of pranks, and I don't think you should be pranking your children on YouTube, especially if it's legitimately looks real, stuff like that. Like Cole LeBrant has done that a bunch of times to kids about like their dog dying and like really weird things, and the kids are bawling their eyes out on camera. Like, thank God everybody hates the LeBrants, right? They still make a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but they're one of the most hated creators now on the internet. If you go to any of their posts on any platform, they're just getting ratioed and just called out left, right, and center because they are that type of asshole. But Fantastic Adventures was a channel that did this, was a YouTube channel, and it was like early in the days when this stuff was just starting to explode, and same as Daddy-O-5, and it wasn't all ticky-boo in the background, and they're making it look like it was great. And here's the footage from this channel called AWL Bodycams, I think it's called. Yeah, the channel's called EWU Bodycam, EWU Bodycam. And so they've released this video, and a lot of people sent me this video, so I'm going to watch it with you guys. And I've never really covered the story, like maybe in passing, but I haven't like done a full deep dive on this. So let's take a look at what's going on.
I want to get out of this house. Her mom's did foster care for 14 years. She's adopted these 7 kids.
They make YouTube videos.
What's the longest she's ever made you go without eating?
4 days. Straight 4 days.
Your food and over there?
That's what I want.
I want a better family.
You want to have this other family?
I want you to kill me.
With
That's crazy.
over 800,000 subscribers at its height in 2019, the Fantastic Adventures YouTube channel is a showcase of wholesome family entertainment in the digital age. But as Michelle Hobson's adopted kids paint a picture of perfect childhood joy in front of the cameras, they are mercilessly subjected to cruelty and sadism behind the scenes.
And if you don't think this is going on, look, I'm not saying every family vlogger does this type of stuff, okay? It's probably actually the exception, not the rule. The rule is probably they want to make sure that their kids are okay. I hope they love their children. So a lot of them are really just misguided in their understanding. A lot of them, but here's the thing. A lot of them do know the danger and have actually experienced the danger firsthand of putting their kids on the internet and don't care. And so there is a low level of abuse every single case when it comes to child exploitation of YouTube families. But I don't think that they're torturing their kids and doing this kind of stuff or neglecting them and starving them. I don't think that's happening on a mass scale, but it is happening.
It's only when one brave child comes forward with the truth.
And the reason I say that is because for at least 3 major huge channels, this has already happened. 8 Passengers, Daddy-O-5, this one here, and I'm sure there's more that we haven't even seen yet. I mean, you got like Resilient Jenkins out there that's coming up, and people are seeing like Wheelchair Rapunzel. Like, there's some low-level, big abuse stuff going on. That's, at best negligence, at worst severe abuse.
That police realize the monstrous horrors that have unfolded in this house of misery. Names of all children in this video have been changed to protect their identity. On March 13th, 2019, police in Maricopa, Arizona,
What is it with Arizona and family
field
vloggers?
a call from a young woman named Megan who wants to file a disturbing report. Please note that all suspects charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law.
Okay, and what did you want to report?
Child, I guess that sums it up to that.
Okay, is your child involved, or is it something that you know that's happening to someone else's child? Or
It's my sibling. It's my little sibling.
So it sounds like the sibling reached out to the sister, the biological sister, and this biological sister made the call.
okay.
Yeah.
With these dreadful words hanging in the air, the dispatcher arranges for officers to meet with Megan and her sister Jordan outside the Maricopa Police Department. The responding officers quickly realize that this isn't just about one child.
So it's 9 people in the home. 2 are 2 adult brothers and 7 are foster kids. Her mom's did foster care for 14 years. She's adopted these 7 kids.
Oh, it's her mom. So she's ratting out her
Megan
mom.
explains that her adopted sister Stacy has made some shocking allegations. With cell phone in hand, Megan began recording Stacy's story of brutal mistreatment at the hands of her adoptive mother, Michelle Hobson.
Who has since died due to complications to something or other. What was it? The YouTube Mom of Fantastic Adventures channel died from complications related to a duodenal ulcer. She'd been hospitalized with a, you know what? We did not see justice, and I'm kind of pissed about that, but...
And when was this video taken?
Today.
Today. Okay.
Where she locks me in a room with only underwear and tank top. Doesn't give me a blanket. A closet and it's a tile floor. No carpet, just an empty green room. How many other people?
This is Ruby Frankie level garbage.
3. 3 other kids in the house.
It's in my mom's bedroom.
Oh, it's freaking her daughter. I think it's an adopted daughter, but still good. At least they're... See, this thing, you get out of the house and you get to be this. You're going to see a lot of family vlogging children leave this family, and a lot of them are not going to want anything to do with their mom and dad. I think that the LeBrants are in for a freaking huge awakening once their children, especially Everly, leaves the home. I think Doherty Dozen is in for a huge awakening. I think a lot of family vloggers, Weiss Life. I think anybody that's really, really put their kids at the forefront of the exploitation are in for a huge wake-up call. None of Nelson's, Crazy Pieces, Crazy Middles. You're going to see a huge exodus. You're already seeing it, especially when it comes to Crazy Pieces. Their oldest daughter didn't want to come home for the birthday, and Crystal's are crying with her fake teeth and huge nose, and just like, eh. And you know what? This is what you get. When you exploit a child and a child leaves that home and then starts realizing later, and a lot of the children don't realize until later that it's wrong. Like Sherry Frankie from 8 Passengers didn't realize. She thought she had it all in the palm of her hand and it wasn't bad until you leave the situation and start getting influenced by people outside of it saying that was wrong what happened to you. And then you start waking up to it. Children of abuse, this is likely the way that you develop your traumas. When I left an abusive home when I was 16 years old, it wasn't until I was like well into my late 20s, early 30s in marriage that I realized that what I went through was crazy wrong, because it's your normal, right? And there are some degrees of obviously you think it's wrong, but you live in the hurt and the pain, and it's normal for you until it's not. And then when you escape it and you're safe from it, then you can start releasing and understanding it. And that's when the trauma and that's when anxiety and panic attacks and all sorts of issues happen if you don't get the therapy you need. And a lot of these kids, I'd say almost every single kid that comes from a place where they become online famous since they're born, they're going to need so much trauma therapy from their trauma.
So I got all the cars that moved out.
Is there a lock on your side?
She doesn't want us to eat for at least 2 days straight. Or maybe more. No food and no water? Yes, no water.
Wow. No food or water, trapped in a prison.
You gotta go to the bathroom
Remember who did that? Ruby. Ruby did that.
whenever you need. No. Once I had to pee and she locked me in that room because I did something and I peed myself but she didn't let me go. Did she like that to everyone? Yes. That's why she gives everyone clothes because she knows that they're gonna be.
That's crazy. Evil. Just evil.
Vile as her stories have been thus far, she will spill even more dark secrets before the night is through. For now, however, the police have heard enough to know that a home visit at the very least will be necessary. They talk with Jordan and Megan, who are Michelle's biological children, to get a description of their mother.
Oh, there's the biological. So the biological children ratted her out.
White female, she's brown hair.
How tall?
She's probably 5.
Yeah. They make YouTube videos.
What's their showing color?
That's all of them. My mother's income and everything.
Indeed, Michelle's adopted children are stars of a sort. The family began shooting videos in 2017
Well, my sources said 2015.
after admiring the success of other kid-oriented channels.
Boom, there you go. After admiring the success. And that's why these people do it. They see other people having high success with it, and so they'll start adopting, they'll start having babies, and they'll put it online because it's very lucrative. If your first thought to have a baby is to see how you can make money off it, you shouldn't have children. You should not be allowed to have children.
With a variety of playful skits featuring the children, the Fantastic Adventures channel is a smash hit by 2019, attracting more than 800,000 subscribers.
See? And this thing, you watch this stuff and you know it's dirty, you know there's something wrong with you, you know something in the back end that's like, that's just not hitting you right, and you still watch it. That's like what's going on right now with the Brazilian Jenkins. People, they're getting millions and millions and millions of hits because people are hate watching it, but you're paying her. And she's making cash doing it. And she's only going to keep doing that because it makes her money. So she knows she can make money being a villain and a trash piece of garbage parent. She'll continue to do that, by the way.
Police must now find out if these seemingly joyful young YouTube stars were being tormented behind the cameras the entire time. They head out to the Hobson residence with no real certainty about how Michelle will react or what kind of dreadful sights they might encounter beyond this front door.
Hi, I'm Donnie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name's Officer Benitez
Biological son.
with the Maricopa Police Department.
Okay.
We need to do a welfare check in this house.
Oh, okay, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Where's your mother at?
She's upstairs. Can we go get her?
Yeah, I can go up there and get her.
Okay.
I guess if it's a welfare check, you're allowed to go in. You don't have to. You don't need a warrant. Okay.
Mom. Mom. She's up there.
Okay, can I go up there with you?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Stand up. Sorry. What?
That's crazy. These poor kids. This house is filthy.
It's a police department.
Hi.
Hi,
Can I help you?
I'm Donnie.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to turn off the light.
You mind if I talk to you?
Yeah.
You want to take the kids downstairs?
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys.
Okay.
It's weird. His camera's up near his face. I've never seen that before.
Have a seat.
I need you to go downstairs. Is there any other kids up here?
Yeah, go downstairs.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Have a seat. Or whatever you want to do.
Hold on.
With 7
She hasn't even moved yet, and she's out of breath.
kids running around this expansive house, wrangling them all downstairs is no easy trick. As the cop goes to assist with the task, he notices...
Again, you know, and this is also a failure of the society that they live in and the failure of fostering adoption agencies. How you have 7 children? Are you not doing welfare checks on these 7 kids? Like the Doherty dozen, no business having that many kids, especially adopted. No business. In a home that does not fit that many children either. And knowing that she makes that kind of money and not coming in and being like, look, why are you not giving your kids a better place to live, more room, more space, and like all this kind of stuff, and just keeps giving her kids. It's crazy.
something that matches what Stacy said in her video.
Hold on. Yeah. Hey, I need you guys to go downstairs, okay?
Okay.
Is there anybody else in this room? Come on, no, you come on. Come here, buddy.
I'm getting dressed.
Oh, you had a pull-up on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's accidents at night, so.
Okay.
The son's trying to stick up for the mom. That's...
Okay. Let's go up. Okay.
While the officer tries to round up one last straggler, Michelle appears to grow uneasy with him being in her bedroom.
Can you come here, sir? Sir? Sir?
No, he's allowed to do that. It's a welfare check.
Kid, I need you downstairs. They'll gather them downstairs.
With the children accounted for, the officer explains to Michelle why the police are in her house. Her reaction is not one of shock.
All right, here's what's going on.
Okay.
Like I told you, my name's Donnie. All right? To be quite frank with you, we received a report of child neglect. All right? So that's why we're here, okay?
On who?
Right now, that's irrelevant, okay?
What-
So this is what's going to happen, okay?
Just tell me what's going on.
We need to interview all of your kids separately, okay?
Okay.
I don't think the cops are able to do that. I think they actually have to bring in like professional CPS people to do that.
And we need to conduct a search of the residence. Now, we could do these 2 ways, okay? Legally, you're entitled to
Can
your...
we come back here? Because I don't see a warrant or anything. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're fine. We're making sure there's nobody else in the house, okay?
With Michelle concerned that her rights are being violated, the officer assures her that they are going to do this by the book.
Constitutionally, you have your rights. One of the ways that we are entitled to do this is with your consent. Okay, so it means you give me your consent to go through your house and look for any evidence that might be possibly used against you. Okay, the other way is that we get a search.
No matter how guilty you are, don't let cops do this. I mean, I'm glad that she was caught. I'm just saying, if a cop says, with your consent, don't ever give them consent. Just don't.
Search warrant, and then we go through the residence with a search warrant. Okay, so those are the 2 options. Okay, I would like to speak to the kids freely with your consent, you're not going to be there when this is going on. But again, you also have the right to say, no, you're not going to interview my kids, okay? But right now, we are doing a welfare check on the children. We're going to talk to them, make sure they're okay, there's no bruises, anything like that, okay? So what do you think about this?
I think we're in the middle of a packing scenario, and my house is trashed because we've got stuff out of everywhere, and I don't approve of you really going through my residence at this particular point in time.
Okay.
So, however, yeah, I really approve of that. You can talk to my children. I mean, my children are all safe and
okay.
I want to know what the report thing was prior to this.
This won't be the last time that Michelle will request the specific details of the report. But while the police maintain their professionalism, they let her know that she's not in control of this situation.
I would like to talk to one of my daughters because she just started crying and she said she knows it was.
So you're not talking to any of your kids?
She said she knows it was my adult child who called on me. So I'm wondering why she.
Why do you care? Like she's getting in trouble. All she cares about who's ratted her out. That's everything you need to know.
I don't know. But right now you're not going to have any access to your kids.
With Michelle detained in the upstairs living area, the officers are free to ask questions to the adopted children downstairs.
Do you like living here?
Yeah.
Yeah? You have fun here?
Yeah.
Yeah? What happened to your head there?
Oh, you're right.
You were in a fight with your brother?
Like, I know you're packing, but why is there garbage all over the floor?
Yeah. What are the diapers on the floor for? You got small kids here? Yeah.
Diapers on the floor. Ugh.
Don't take water too fast. You're gonna get hiccups. You not get water very often? You don't?
We just wanted to check on you guys and make sure everything's okay. You remember I told you we've been checking on you every now and then, right? Yeah.
As the cops begin the process of finding out what's been happening in this home, Michelle continues to demand answers.
Can I talk to the senior staff, Lieutenant?
I don't see why not, if you really want to talk to her right now.
Okay. I'm just asking what the complaints were. We got a call about a possible child. But what type of child? Physical. Okay, Brown? I can't tell you that because I didn't take the call, so I don't know who called. Okay. But I know based on the call that we need to speak to all the kids. Sure. Okay. Any other questions I can? Not really. I mean, I'm just,
You're not shocked. You can't abuse your children, especially like on a YouTube channel, and not get called out. And this is the beauty of the internet to some degree, right? There are people willing, like the receipts are aplenty when you're like, when 8 passengers got wrecked on this thing, well, they had some wherewithal to delete the channel before this all went down. But there was receipts galore afterwards. Okay. Do not underestimate sleuthers on the internet to find everything you need to find out. When a crime goes down or when something happens, the sleuthers are all over it. You can't be a family vlogger there exploiting children and not expect something to come back and bite you in the ass.
shocked. Understandably. So what happens, Michelle, is when we get calls like this, we just don't take a person's word for it. So that's why we come in and we'll want to do an actual check of the kids. Sure. But I don't want to call DCS on you or any other person that I don't know if this is true. I don't know you, right? You know?
Michelle expresses a certain relief that the police aren't going to necessarily call the Arizona Department of Child Services, an organization she's had plenty of contact with. Maltreatment.
And here's the thing. Look at how many cases of maltreatment since 2011 to 2017. And these children are still here. What does DCFS have to do to take a child away? How many maltreatments are they allowed? Right? So what point do you take a child away from this person? And I imagine she probably has had kids given to her in this period of time.
Over the last few years, their interventions thus far have accomplished nothing.
Unsubstantiated, yeah, right.
However, which is why it seems that Stacy,
See, that's the thing. You say, oh, well, that's DCFS. They don't have any teeth. And they're like, oh, unsubstantiated. We went in and it was to food. So I guess it was no abuse. When in reality, now that we see that there actually was tons of abuse. So, look, DCFS has no teeth. CPS has no teeth. These people come in and they just, oh, you have food here? Good. All right, we're moving on. Like, when there's kids who have died after a DCF visit and a CPS visit. They just don't, I'm sorry. Too many kids fall through the cracks. It's so sad.
The young girl who recorded the original video is not completely confident that anything is going to be different this time.
I'm here to help, okay? I want to make sure nothing happens to you or your brothers or your sisters, okay? Okay? Do you understand what that means? Okay, what do you think it means?
You do help people. Like if there's anybody bad, you come save us from them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you're fine, baby. You're fine. You want to sit down? You don't have to. You're fine. Okay, sit down on this bench. Huh? Here we go. Sit down on the bench.
Trigger warning, people. If you suffered abuse as a child, this is a trigger warning. You might not want to watch this.
Better family.
This is so heartbreaking, man. It's triggering.
Have a better family? I'm sorry.
The young girl desperately hopes that the end of her nightmare has finally come, and when she tells the officer more of what Michelle has done to her, it's clear that salvation has arrived, not a moment too soon.
You know, it's really hard to leave my mom, but
Yeah. I think that's okay.
you know, it's great that you
Best thing this woman could have done to her kids is die. And I know that sounds harsh. I'm trying to sound harsh. Like I how can you only see children as a form of like your narcissistic abuse kinks and exploitation and making money off them, and like you already exploit them to the degree where you make tons of money doing it on the internet. Why then also treat them badly? Like what the is wrong with you?
where there's like bad people and stuff.
Yeah.
B-E-R?
Yeah.
Spray?
Pepper spray? Yeah.
She pepper sprayed her daughter. Pepper sprayed her.
I'm sorry, I need to hear you again.
I keep
Okay.
Two.
The allegations against Michelle are growing more shocking by the moment, but right now she's more concerned about who is behind this police report in the first place.
Piece of shit.
And she's the little blonde one down there. She, as soon as my son said, the police are here and they're coming up the stairs, she starts crying and she goes, I know who it is, I know who it is. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And she goes, it's Jordan, which is one of my adult daughters. Okay. And she has a very big vengeance against me right now. So.
Because you abused her, maybe? I don't understand this. Oh, you have vengeance. Well, maybe you should have treated people better. Because people deserve their vengeance, by the way. Like, that's the biblical, right down to it. Eye for an eye. And that's why I think a lot of these kids that come from these situations, they're going to get their vengeance on their parents one way or another. Now, it might not be through violence or anything like that, but it's definitely going to be through whistleblowing. And it's already happening. And you're going to get everything that's coming your way, Doherty doesn't. I promise you that. Vengeance will be your children's.
So I cut her off. She did try to contact me and try to say, well, if I want to be a part of her life, blah, blah, blah. I had to jump through these hoops and whatnot.
What, get therapy? Start not abusing children?
Basically just blocked her. I said, no, I'm fine with the way my life is. Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with abusing my children and pepper spraying them. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't need that extra stress in my life of somebody who wishes I was dead and is waiting for their inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, she literally, the last time I saw her, she's like, I'm just waiting for the life insurance.
She was right.
Whatever the truth might be regarding Michelle's relationship with her daughter Jordan, it doesn't change the fact that her other adult daughter Megan was every bit as instrumental in getting the cops involved. Mm-hmm. Of course, Michelle doesn't know that yet and continues to blame Jordan.
She's always threatened to call DCF on me because she knows that every parent's worst nightmare is having DCF called on them. She's threatened to make up stuff in the past. She's threatened to, just do all kinds of stuff. If I looked at my children wrong, I was using them, Like.
You are using them.
But of course, DCS has been out to Michelle's house on many prior occasions.
Every time, every
Physical
time
abuse, neglect.
Parental, and CPS comes, he makes us lie.
And if CPS can't read through a child's, they should, these people are trained. You can know when a child's lying to you when they're making up stories. It's really easy to get the truth out of a child. Here's the thing. I think most of the time they just go and do the check and they're like, they don't want the truth. They don't want the extra work, the extra paperwork, the extra thing to do. I don't think so. Every time I hear one of these stories about how the DCFS or CPS has failed children, I lose so much more faith in the system. It is not set up for success.
Just like you.
Okay, I'm just listening, okay?
You guys saw the video that I was talking to the camera, and my sister Megan was talking to me? It's all true.
The thing about this girl, and don't forget, these kids have some weird allegiance to parents who abuse them. I had the same thing. And I know, and it's still your mother, and still thinks this person took care of you. You know how hard it is for a child to actually do this? You know how bad it has to be for a child to actually do this?
Upstairs. I want the door closed.
You want this door closed?
We don't have a
Okay.
I'm getting trouble for sleep.
All right, okay, come on in. Yeah, it's pretty tight, but hey, whatever makes you feel safe, okay?
It's hard to leave my phone, but I have to. I don't want you telling my other siblings.
I won't.
Please.
I'm not gonna tell them. Can I ask them if everything's okay at home? Like, I'm not gonna tell them anything you said.
I'm with you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have dinner. She won't let me have dinner. Please tell me because I want to let me. And she starved me for 4 days before.
4 days? You haven't eaten in 4 days?
No, before.
Okay.
Since Michelle started homeschooling the children, things have not been the same.
See how that pattern works too? How many family vloggers have you known that have taken their children out of school so they can homeschool them and have them home for content? That should be your biggest red flag. If you have children at home that are being exploited for online content, DCFS should be involved immediately anyway. Schools should be reporting that. Be like, these kids don't come to school anymore and their parents are using them for online content. It should be an automatic open of a case. Now, I'm not saying you're abusing, but they should be in there being like, okay, well, we're going to actually see if you are educating your children, right? A case should automatically be opened in this scenario.
It clearly is not a strict curriculum, however, as Stacy says she's not allowed to do any schoolwork, and Michelle herself tells the police that she mostly focuses on teaching the children life skills because none of them are going to be, quote, rocket scientists.
What a bitch.
As the officers take in the serious acts of cruelty and neglect that have taken place in this home, Michelle grows impatient once again with the lack of information.
Okay, what's going on? So they said you had more questions? You said you were interviewing my last child, so yeah. Where we are from here. Right now, based on some information that we received, we are going to have contact ECF.
Good.
Okay, why?
Don't worry about it. Why? You know why, you bitch. You know why.
Release that information to you. All I can tell you is that there's going to be an investigation. So that's all I've ever done is spank my child. I spank the child.
No. You're lying.
What?
As Michelle complains
You shouldn't spank your children anyway.
about the inconvenience of a police investigation, her adopted daughter gives the cops a glimpse at the fear her tyrant mom has instilled in her.
Is there anything in here that you want to eat right now while we're waiting? Seriously, anything. Look, you got some chips. You got... No, listen, don't worry about that.
She can smell them on my breath.
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
She's not. No, she's not. You are not going to talk to Mom right now. Okay? Grab a bag of chips. Go ahead, grab a bag of chips.
This kid's literally starving.
Perfect. Sit down, okay? Enjoy. Look at me. I want to help you.
The realization that this child is too scared of her mom to risk eating a small bag of potato chips is almost unthinkable, but it's clear that Stacy is justified in her fear given what she shared with the officer.
I couldn't stand it.
I know.
She's smelling her kid's breath to see if they snuck food after starving them for 4 days, that type of person. And if she would have survived, would have been spending a lot of years in prison, that's for sure.
You're trying to kill me.
It's horrible.
She's trying to kill him.
Think of my neck.
It's horrible, baby.
This is an allegation the police are already familiar with, as Stacy spoke about it in the original video.
Sounds like she put a knife to her neck.
Just 2 days ago, she said, because I was talking to my brother. He said I was talking to him, and she said she's gonna slice my neck away.
Slice my neck away.
Stacy tells the officer it isn't uncommon for Michelle to use such brutality and threats of violence to keep the children in line.
Literally today, when she got mad that I woke her up from a nap, and when she woke up from her nap, she said, you guys don't get dinner.
Notice how it's always the people who starve their children, they never miss a meal. Hey, look at this. Look at her. It's just... just disgusting.
I was like, it wasn't me. I didn't wake you up. Which it was, because I wanted dinner. I was hungry. And she was like...
Oh my gosh. It's like Darky Dozen's fridge.
Well, you eat dinner. And I started crying about it. I was hungry. Everybody's hungry. And she was like, if you don't shut up, I'm going to take you into the bathroom and slap your mouth. And make sure I cut your lip open. And I'll do it a couple more times to make sure it's nice and deep and make sure it's painful.
This kid is like, what, 10?
I don't know if I still have
Oh.
You're fine, baby.
I got
You're fine.
all of me because of her special.
Okay.
I'm going to get out of this house.
As Stacy tearfully recounts the unspeakable horrors that she and the other children in the house have been subjected to, Michelle maintains the role of the good mother. who is being falsely accused.
And search my brain.
Search my brain. F*** off.
Thank child, right?
Just use for discipline, absolutely, yeah.
What else would you use it for?
Be surprised.
But it's not at all clear that Michelle's idea of discipline fits the standard definition.
Really forced. Sometimes. Why?
Because I've accident.
Okay. Did you ever hear me say what?
That's because I need some brothers and
You ran from your mom the last time you said it, right?
Yeah.
Because you were afraid. What usually happens? I can't remember. So tell me what's happening last time.
I either get spanked or like, I don't want to say it. It's not saying. Either get beat or.
When you said you get beat, what do you mean by that?
Like on the spanked or fire. Just that.
Anything else?
No, not good.
Well, Joseph,
These kids are so scared of their mother. And the thing is, CPS is kind of locked in to be like what the kids say. And so if they're scared to say it and they don't say the thing out loud, they're kind of like, well, we're not going to do about it if they don't want to tell us. Like, that's literally what happens.
may not share further details, if any. Stacy is fully willing to describe the hell she and her siblings have been living in.
Literally, she takes his armpit and twisted it by her nails. Her nails are pneumatic. And takes it and twisted it and spit in their face. She literally takes a mouthful and spit and spits it in our face. I don't know what kind of mom does this to us. And then she always tells us to lie. I don't want to live with me.
As Stacy continues to delve into the horrifying conditions of Michelle's brutal dictatorship, it becomes obvious that food plays a major role
Is there a dad in this situation?
in the punishment of the children.
And your mom makes up lie. You don't get anything for 4 days straight. Because you were being horrible. No food, no water. Haven't even had water once today.
Eat these chips. Eat them. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble for eating right now. Okay? I'm telling you to eat these chips. Okay?
I was like, cops don't even care if you're being horrible. They still beat you. And she said on the Bible, it says do not beat kids if they're bad.
It's not true.
And take back, beat kids. It says that on the Bible, she said.
I love you, and I don't even know you.
That's not appropriate.
You're saving me from
I don't
this.
say that.
I know, baby.
While her adopted daughter crouches in a pantry eating chips, Michelle seems to realize that it might not look good if the children reveal that they've yet to eat dinner at nearly 10 o'clock at night.
I have leftover pizza in the oven that I was going to get it for my children. Did they eat that? Yeah, because some of the boys do it down there. Please tell them, ask them to do that because it's down there.
10 o'clock.
The older children, have not eaten. They're only, ones that have not eaten. The 2 babies have eaten.
The news that they will soon be fed appears to come as a surprise to at least one child.
The brothers are going to heat up some pizza.
All of you. All of you.
He's clearly not the only one caught off guard by this surprise.
That's crazy. For who? Sounds like they're grounded because they woke up from a nap and they weren't allowed to eat, so they just don't. And they're scared of the beatings they're going to get if they do eat, because she'll smell their breath and find out. Like, this is hardcore abuse we're looking at right here, guys.
But I think she's feeding you because she's scared that you guys are going to say you haven't eaten.
That's why we just gave him all of that stuff.
I know.
No, everybody knows he's not allowed to eat for a week. Mom was only trying to make it. She's like, you're not eating for a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 months.
Okay. I can tell how you guys are acting with the fruit snacks and with the drinks because you guys haven't. I know that. I can say it, baby.
I was gonna lie, but I couldn't.
You don't need to lie, okay? You don't need to lie.
In the meantime, even without a search warrant in hand, the cops can't help but notice some odd and perhaps even suspicious sights in the house.
Why is the key in the door here? Why is the key in the door?
When we were doing foster care, we basically had everything locked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like any sort of chemical, like any sort of like hardware, vacuums,
Locked up with a key in the door.
like hardware, yeah, like all that locked up.
And now, it's a playground.
The playground. Wow.
See, the brothers I don't know why the brother's protecting the mother. I shouldn't be, because he might be held accountable too, but now it's a prison is basically what that kid just said.
Oh, cool.
The police will soon have their search warrant, however, and when they speak to Michelle about the process, she has a sudden epiphany.
If they conduct a search warrant and there's nothing found to support those allegations, then that still benefits you.
What it is now.
And I know that
I know what it is now. I abuse and torture my children. That's the thing there it is. That's the thing.
Okay, but they still have to do their job, so.
I know what it is now.
What do you mean by that?
I just think that because of what my daughter knows, I know what it is now because who knows what it is to raid my house is in. I bet you anything. Just know that the only weapon I have in my house is a can of pepper spray, and I have a feeling it has to do with that.
You disgusting piece of shit.
Okay. I've been racking my brain all friggin' for hours right now, or forever since you guys got here. I know. And it's been hurting.
This is the one question.
It's perhaps not so surprising that Michelle would make a connection between
talking to cops.
Pepper spray and her daughter, considering a story that Stacy told the cops earlier.
My Jordan, you know, clothing, she came home from work. I haven't seen her in like 4 months. And
so sad.
She came home from work. It was late at night. And she was hungry. So she brought her pizza because she fell asleep on the couch. And so Mom told me to go get the pepper spray and try to pepper spray her in the face.
Wow.
So she ran at the house with pepper spray on her face.
The DCS should be coming out, and they should be taking custody of the kids.
Why? You stupid asshole.
Based on the allegations. And they'll be talking to you as well.
Police execute a search warrant on the residence, and it isn't long before they find many troubling things that seem to verify exactly what the children have told them. 2 cans of pepper spray are found in a drawer, precisely matching the description that Stacy gave them earlier in the evening.
It's in her room. She has a black one and a pink one. Okay. She's emptied both of me before.
The police also get a good look at the infamous green room upstairs, the isolated prison that Stacy alleged she and her
with a lock. Oh my gosh!
Siblings were locked inside for hours, if not longer.
It's just a green room. There's a lock on it. He makes me sleep with only underwear and a tub on the tile floor. No blankets, no nothing.
According to Michelle and her adult sons, the green room is an innocent place, meant only to be used for special effects sequences in their Fantastic Adventures videos. Police also speak to Michelle's neighbor, who says living next door to 7 young children has not been the experience she would have expected.
I've never seen those kids outside, ever.
You never seen them outside?
No.
Okay.
That's really surprising.
Yeah.
You know, the only, occasionally I see one of them go over to the mailbox, and that's it.
Okay.
For a family that was so extraordinarily public in some ways, it seems they kept most of their lives hidden behind a closed door.
Alright, go, please, run, open the door. There's no police fire being here now, stuff now.
Holy.
Hold up, Brian. Better go now. Alright, I'm gonna go down the hallway. First door.
Jeez.
Police are back at the residence days later with a new warrant. They don't expect anyone to be in the house, of course. The 7 children were rescued from the home in the early morning hours of March 14. The next day, police arrested Michelle Hobson and her 2 adult sons, Ryan and Logan Hackney, while awaiting trial on a litany of felony charges, including 7 counts of child. Michelle fell ill and was released from jail for hospitalization. 3 days later, she suffered cardiac arrest and was declared temporarily unfit for trial. While her overall condition improved over the coming months, she took a turn for the worse later that year and died on November 12, 2019, 8 months after her arrest.
Karma.
In a news conference, the Pinal County prosecutor said her untimely death came with a silver lining. These kids don't have to testify, he said, which means they can now begin the healing process. YouTube terminated the Fantastic Adventures channel in March of 2019.
Here's the thing that pisses me off about YouTube terminating channels and stuff. We've seen so many channels out there who are like this, and they like temporarily do things. YouTube is temporarily taking comments down from family vlog. Like, YouTube knows this is wrong. They know it's wrong and have made decisions based on knowing that's wrong. Like, again, taking comments away from family vlogs. Anything that shows children, they took it away and then put it back. Why take it away and then give it back? You know it's wrong, right? It's just crazy. YouTube terminates channel only after this stuff comes out. YouTube and all social media should take the stance of no more child exploitation. Everybody knows it's wrong. There's no good excuse for it. There's nobody out there being like, well, have you heard of this? Have you thought about this for a second? And I've heard it and said, oh, I didn't think of that. Maybe there's a legit enough reason to do this. No, money's the only reason anybody does any of this. And YouTube doesn't give a shit. Instagram doesn't give a shit. TikTok doesn't give, nobody gives a shit. They make billions of dollars off children. That's why they do this. And until the government steps up and makes this stuff illegal, you're going to see it completely happen. This is one of many cases of abuse. Some we haven't even heard yet that's going to come out. And this is what family vloggers do. This is their legacy. This is what, and I'm not saying they all do this, but to some degree, what is happening to these children is abuse. It might not rise to this level, but it is itself abuse. And until we start recognizing it like that, and the government starts recognizing that this is abuse of privacy maybe, abuse of consent, all that kind of stuff, until there starts getting teeth and DCFS and CPS can get involved in these cases, you're going to continue to see people exploit children. Resilient Jenkins is just another case like these dirty disgustoids out there doing this stuff to make money and using their children to do it. Mark my words, the Resilient Jenkins is going to end up with them losing their children. You heard it here. Okay? They wanted to go viral. They are going viral. For all the wrong reasons, they are going to lose their children. And maybe that's one way to let the sun shine in and see what's actually going on. These people want to go viral, want to make easy money. At the very minimum, they're committing fraud. And hopefully they do lose their children. They don't deserve children. People who exploit their children don't deserve them. I will die on that hill. Okay, everybody, take a deep breath with me. We've been talking about this for years, and there's still people out there who know. If anything, we know more now than we ever have before, and there's still people out there doing this. Jeez. I can't believe people like this exist. It's crazy to me. Well, thank you for being here for these tough conversations, you guys. What do you think below? And should DCFS get involved? Should there be different types of rules for kids who are on the internet being famed online? Should there be different rules? I think so. What do you think? You guys are amazing, incredible, and valuable. Don't forget you need to be here for your kids, okay? You're some kind of something. I will see you when I see you.